Okay. So today's is on lesson number 16. Strenuous efforts make the mind receptive to truth. A master carpenter reminisced on his apprenticeship. When I started out, I was only told how to do something the first time it came up. The next time, if I couldn't do it right, I was scolded, but there'd be no more explanations. I took my lumps and tried to figure out for myself where I'd gone wrong, studying how the boss did it, racking my brains and puzzling over it till I found the answer. Just because you don't understand something, you shouldn't always ask someone to show you, or you'll never learn. In writing, too, only someone who has agonized over how to phrase something can know the joy of finding the perfect expression. Without initial anguished efforts, we forget. We don't retain what we learn. Strenuous efforts make the mind receptive to truth. Very good. I wholeheartedly believe in this. Because, yeah, actually, I did some simultaneous interpretation from Japanese to English. And many times I would be troubled to find the translation of a particular Japanese word. So, because of that anguish, that I couldn't say it properly in English, I would remember it again and again until I would hear the word I was looking for, but it just didn't come to me in that moment. I would hear it on TV or on radio or reading the paper. I was like, oh, this is the word I should have used. In this way, I would retain that word for a long, long, long time. Yeah, so without struggles, if things come to us easy, easy comes, easy goes. So we lose it very easily. If we want to integrate it, if we want to truly become one with it and retain it, we don't lose it anymore. So we need to make strenuous efforts, not just any efforts, but strenuous effort. Actually, yeah, I have this experience for mathematics too. When I was in maybe high school, yeah, there were some problems we had to solve, and maybe the teacher just showed it once in the class, and then she would say, okay, do all these problems now at home. And the problems were a little bit different. Each one had a little bit of a twist on it. So when I went home, I was unable to solve those problems, and no one around me was able to help me out. So I just racked my brains literally, puzzling over it until I found the answer. And that joy, when you finally find the answer and you, like maybe in the back of the book, they had the final answer. So we could just find out if our final answer was correct or not. But the process I went through to get there and I got it right, that joy was so deep and so profound. That's how I began to realize that such happiness in life, which comes from inside out, it's so much more valuable than when we buy something, which is, the happiness of it is so short lived. Yeah, so because we struggle, the more we struggle and rack our brains, the more the joy we experience once we find that perfect answer, perfect expression that matches that translation. So without that initial anguished effort, we forget. We don't retain what we learn. So that's why a lot of people feel a sense of futility. They're like, I'm not going anywhere. I gain and I lose. I gain and I lose it. What is it all about? They suffer from emptiness, a sense of void, because they keep forgetting what they learn and they can't retain it. This is where the cause lies. We need to make strenuous effort to prepare our mind, become receptive to truth. And this truth also includes true happiness. And yeah, and how can we practice this? One concrete example that comes to my mind is what I love about Maya Angelou's quote. She says, when you learn something, teach. When you get something, give. So beautiful how she described it. So when we learn something, if we try to teach it, that means we are showing compassion. We care about the well-being of other people too. Then we're not going to forget it. It becomes part and parcel of who we are because we truly believe in it. If we want the same happiness for other people too, and you share, especially sharing the Dharma with other people, that becomes of paramount importance. Yeah. And when we get something, we give. When we try to give to others, we realize, wow, I need to make strenuous efforts. I have to find what do I want to give. I have to make sure it's proper, it's clean, it's nice. They would be happy to receive it, and then deliver it to them. And if they don't receive it well, we do self-reflection. How did that happen? All that struggle, that's part of the strenuous efforts that make the mind receptive to truth. And truth is something that once we obtain it, we will never, ever again lose it. And we realize this is why I was born a human. I'm so glad to be alive. That's the joy, the true joy of being alive as a human being. So good job, everyone, for being here, practicing together. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.
Thank you, Beta.
You're welcome, Gary.
Thank you, Peter.
Oh, you're welcome, Hannah. Have a good one.